For more on the Jets, let's now go inside out with SNY NFL insider Connor Hughes. And Connor, we all know upgrading the receivers is a big need for the Jets. Is Mike Williams the answer for Gangrene?
He could be, as long as he can stay healthy. This is a guy that the Jets have been incredibly high on for quite a while. In fact, he was someone they were going to prioritize and target in free agency had the Chargers not tagged and then extended him a couple years ago. Now he is available. The Jets can potentially have him as a bargain, and he would give this offense something that they don't necessarily have, a true X, a big-bodied 50-50 go-get-him guy. The key is just staying healthy. He missed an awful lot of games last year. He's missed games throughout the majority of his career with nicks and bruises here or there. But if he is healthy, he can be a dynamic presence for this offense, which is why the Jets are bringing him in for a visit.
If they don't land him, because as we mentioned, there are other suitors, where do you think they turn? We have heard the name Odell Beckham Jr. floated with the Jets.
And I think that's the one you'll probably hear more and more and more. I know Tyler Boyd is somebody that a lot of people have pegged the Jets to. Garrett Wilson has actually been in contact with him, trying to recruit him to New York. But he's a slot receiver, and slot is where the Jets actually believe that Garrett Wilson can do the most damage. Odell Beckham, there are still people within the Jets building that think highly of him. I don't think anyone thinks he's the Odell Beckham that dominated for so many years with the crosstown rival Giants. But he is still a good player. He played well towards the tail end of the season for the Ravens. And the Jets were involved in Odell and interested in Odell a year ago at a price tag that was going to be close to $12 million a year. Right now, that number is probably half of that. So if you can get Odell Beckham in here on an incentive-laden contract, similar to what the Jets were able to get Tyron Smith in here for, I think it makes a lot of sense. Again, Odell Beckham Jr., Aaron Rodgers, they have a very strong relationship. They have talked often about playing together. Maybe this is the year they finally get that done.
All right, we're a little over a month away from the draft. You've mentioned that the board has sort of opened up for them after signing Tyron Smith. How do you see the Jets approaching their first two picks, which are in the first and third rounds?
I still think offensive tackle is the top priority. I do. Even after Smith, even after trading for Morgan Moses, even with the team having high hopes for Carter Warren, last year's draft pick, I still think that's probably where they prefer to go. Because think about it. Tyron Smith, major durability issues there. He hasn't played a full season since 2015. Missed, I think it's 38 games over the last 4 years or something like that. He's missed a ton of time. Morgan Moses, even older guy, started to show signs of wear and tear towards the end of that season a year ago with the Baltimore Ravens. He's somebody who's basically been an Iron Man. So when he's missing any games, that is noteworthy. The Jets still need to think about a contingency plan at tackle if something happens to those two, as things tend to happen to those two. And also their long-term future, because Morgan Moses, he's only here for 1 year. Tyron Smith only here for 1 year. So it's a chance to get someone in this building who can learn behind two of the best to ever do it and then move forward. But what this addition of Smith does, the addition of Moses does, is it doesn't pigeonhole the Jets into having to take an offensive tackle. So if those top three guys are gone, they can pivot to Brock Bowers at tight end, or maybe one of these receivers.
Brock Bowers would be an exciting pick. He did a lot of damage for the Bulldogs and Kirby Smart. Thank you, Connor, for joining us here on Honda Sports Night.